Hello everyone and welcome to HRL Reach Throwback round number 4. There's Little Bear. But we're racing on Big Bear. Take a look at the starting lineup after the heats. We're going to have Uncle Blake, Soul, again right to left, Detail, Hunter, Vulcan, Opix, Roman, Luke, Slaunch, Newt, Q, and Turkey. Let's go on board with the new dad, Papa Slaunch. 201 checkpoints, 100 laps, green flag around Big Bear. Let's go. And going to be some cheesy starts. The restarts on Reach, especially on a track like this, are kind of weird with the bogs and stuff like that. So you're always going to have some drivers like bogging down in the restarts. So yeah, those are very important on Reach. It's not like the other games where, you know, even if someone's a little slow, it doesn't really cost you that much. Like if you get a bad start on Reach, it can really cost you. 3 wide for a second already. Blake's got to be loving that in the lead. It's Soul and Vulcan. Detail trying to hang around the outside. Roman is in front of us on our Slaunch POV right now. And Slaunch trying to get a look to the inside of Opix and Hunter. And he's going to be doing it. Luke's sliding up from behind, trying to get a look into this. We'll see if he ends up sliding into it at some point, because these guys are really duking it out here. That battle for the lead is great as well. Oh, yep, sliding into the picture. It's getting pretty close. Getting pretty close. Going to go outside cam here for a bit. Yeah, look at that second place battle. Uncle Blake, way out to the lead. He is absolutely vibing right now. Whoa, Soul coming down. Oh, and Opix and Turkey. And that should be our first caution. Oh, well, didn't go back to the line. So that makes it a little conky, but we'll try to figure it out from there. All good first caution. Shouldn't happen again on that cheese. We're going to go on board with, I don't know. We're going to go on board with, frickin' Roman. Ah! Okay, there we go. Green flag. And he bogs. Slaunch makes a little contact to the inside wall. Luke looking to the inside. Roman trying to hold around the outside. After that bog on the start, it honestly might be easier just to use this cam. 3 wide for second again. Soul, Vulcan, and Detail again. They're getting right back at it.
Checkpoint reached. Lap complete.
And Detail has some really nice runs around the outside trying to get away from them. Luke's starting to enter the top 5. Roman and Hunter chasing him down. Slaunch trying to enter the fray there a bit. Second place battle still pretty good. Soul absolutely sending it here. Let's go on board with one of the mid-packers. Yeah, let's go on board with Turkey here, so we can see a lot. But yeah, Uncle Blake's still leading Detail and Soul duking it out for second place. Luke and Vulcan now battling behind them. Hunter and Turkey back here. We have another caution. I think Roman got cheesed on that one as we see him pretty far back. Stay on board with Turkey in this restart. Turkey, of course, the defending oval winner on the night, taking the Daytona race. So shout out to him on that. That's a big W. And green flag on this restart. Roman getting a fat start around the outside, trying to make up for whatever caused that caution. And Blake been doing a pretty good job on these restarts. Nobody really been able to contest with him. He's trying to take as much advantage as he possibly can from that heat win. You know, not trying to squander it at all. But now Detail does get a little look to the inside. Now Luke's going to get a look to the inside. Soul's going to get a look to the inside. As I was saying it, it opens up. Finally, the drivers behind don't battle with each other as hard, and they're able to get a run on Uncle Blake and make things interesting in this top 4 battle. So he's been leading the whole way, but now finally, 20 laps in, Detail is going to lead some laps. Inside wall contact with Turkey, and we might stay green on that. Mid-pack with Vulcan here, but yeah, Detail's leading some laps. Luke's trying to take second place from Uncle Blake. Soul is staying in that podium battle. Hunter running top 5 right now. Opix coming through the field on the inside here. Oh, wow, big crossover back there, and Vulcan, oh, and nuked. That's probably a caution that we're on board for. And it is, okay. And not too bad, not too bad. We're like right a quarter of the way through this race already, so honestly, not that bad. Gonna go on board with Opix on this restart. Okay, Turkey, what the fuck was that? That was awful. Green flag.
Checkpoint reached.
3 wide for the podium spot right now. Hunter, Blake, and Soul.
Checkpoint.
Really tight on the backstretch. It's Detail and Luke top 2 right now. Flipped order from last race. Oh, pinch to the inside. And that's probably another caution, so we'll watch the race to the line. It should be. Oh, Hunter might have that. Wow. I think Hunter had that second place. Let's go on board with Nuked on this one. We're just switching it up out here. Detail in the lead. Hunter second, Luke third, Soul fourth. Those front 2 rows, green flag. And already almost looking like a 4 wide back here. Detail will lead that lap down, but seeing a contest to the inside from Luke. Blake in third, starting to enter the conversation again. Hunter falling back to 4th. Soul around them in 5th. And just absolute chaos here in the mid-pack. These guys are going to be swapping constantly. 3 wide, Turkey, Slaunch, and Roman. Oh, really tight on the inside wall in the bogs. Soul trying to hold on to it. Oh, and Vulcan super loose. And Slaunch got super loose there as well. What is going on in this mid-pack? And by the way, we're having a 3 wide battle for the lead. Blake, Luke, and Detail. Straight 3 wide battle for the lead right now as well. So crazy action on Big Bear right now. We'll go on board with Detail making the outside work in this battle at the moment. And yeah, I mean, you can just tell, like I said, like just being able to get these outside runs and just keep up is so important. And as it's got speed. It's got speed for sure.
Lap complete.
Oh, the contact there. And Blake trying to get an inside look to Luke there, possibly. And Detail's trying to stay in the battle. And it's just absolute great racing up front right now. These 3 guys putting on a show at Big Bear. And it's going, I mean, I think Detail's leading most of the laps, but it's going back and forth between them in the crossovers and who goes to the outside, and there Luke goes for it to the inside. Blake back to the middle. And Detail's just been stuck around this high side, and does he just continue to keep running it, or does he go for a move at some point? Maybe he's just waiting for the right time to find an opening. But right now he seems pretty content running around the outside. Maybe now is the opportunity. He goes for the inside on Luke and trying to make it happen all the way to Blake. Not quite going to get there. But Blake back in the lead. Detail second, Luke third. That'll settle out podium for a bit. Hunter fourth kind of on his own. And we have a nice 3 wide battle here in the mid-pack. Let's take a look at this. Slaunch trying to recover. Nuked and Opix coming up behind him. Soul, Turkey, and Vulcan duking it out. 3 wide. Again, I just love the racing action here on Big Bear. Oh, they're clumping and they're going down. And Turkey in the stands. That is definitely going to be another caution. Oh, on board with, I don't know, Hunter, I guess. Green flag. As we're inching closer to the halfway point of this race. Blake with another pretty good restart. Detail really opting for that outside early on. Getting a big run, bringing Hunter with him. Maybe a little bit of draft cheese. Slaunch has suddenly entered the conversation. He's in the top 5 now. Looking to the inside, trying to get into the podium. The last race that I remember on Big Bear, actually Adrenaline race, was a photo finish between Luke and Slaunch for the win on that one. So we'll see if they can bring it back to the front for this one. But again, that was also 6 years ago, I think, or maybe 5. I don't know. It was a long time ago. But that's the last race that I remember on Big Bear. So, and that tends to happen on this track a lot. A lot of exciting finishes on this track, and it's usually, you know, not too often dominated by a driver. Like, usually gets pretty close at the end with the cautions and stuff like that. It's, oh, and Hunter disconnects or something and just absolutely sends into the wall and gets Luke into it, and that's going to be another caution. And going to be unfortunate for both of those drivers, honestly, because they did a good job working their way through the field and getting up to the front pack, and now both going to be in the backpack are going to have to work their way up through it again. On board with nuked green flag.
Reach. Lap complete.
We'll see if they can do it.
Reach. Checkpoint reached.
Oh, I think Vulcan or Hunter got cheesed in the back already. But yeah, Detail really the only driver that I've noticed so far, like almost exclusively opting for the outside. Like I've seen some other drivers run it situationally, but he's the only one that I've seen just almost entirely go for it. And we'll see how that strategy pays off as the race plays out. But yeah, definitely one of the few drivers going for that off strategy there. I mean, it could be situational too, but just something I've noticed. On board with Opix, green flag, quick restart on this one. Oh, and Luke getting a really nice start to the outside. If you heard that burp, I do not apologize. 3 wide in the middle there. Detail trying to have a look to Blake's inside up front. Nuke to the inside. Now Opix trying to make it happen on Turkey. Lots of battles up front. Maybe a 3 wide developing here in the mid pack as, just quick check, yep, over the halfway point. Now, these races are long, but they go by pretty fast. Especially watching them back. Oh, almost a 4 wide opening up there for the podium position. Settling out to a 3 wide. Nuke to the inside. Oh, Blake sliding down the track because he was going for a crossover on Detail. They're still battling it out for the lead. Oh, and a driver off the goose. And oh, man. Roman and Slaunch make contact. That sucks. That sucks. But that's going to be another caution for sure. It's going to cause caution. Yeah, about 40 laps to go. Green flag.
Checkpoint reached.
Loving the racing action so far at Big Bear. It feels great to be racing on this track again in 2022. Not something that I expected, but glad that we are here. Soul making it happen to the inside, trying to get back into that podium conversation. 3 wide behind him, Turkey, Opix, and Nuked. Luke and Detail duking it out for second and third right now. Blake back to the lead. He's been leading a lot of laps this race and definitely has been his best race of the season so far. Taking that heat win and running up front quite a lot. Oh, no! And Nuke to the outside and contact and Slaunch, and definitely going to be a caution on that one. It's going to cause a caution.
Reached.
And we'll go on board with Detail with this one. Starting in third, potentially the preferred starting position, green flag.
Reach. Lap complete.
See what drivers opt to do here. Luke going for the very high line early on. Oh, no, and the cheese at the inside wall. Oh, that is so unfortunate. That's not going to be a caution. It's going to send Detail all the way to the back. Man, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Still a lot of time to make this comeback happen in the race, but man, that is not what you want to happen this late into the race with that type of track position. So we'll see if he can regain composure and bring it back up through the field after that. And go on board with Soul now. Turkey and Luke duking it out for second. Turkey finding his way into the podium conversation again. On an oval. But no draft cheese on this one, so I'm impressed that Turkey's doing it, you know, on both types of racing. Not just a draft cheese driver. He could do it on both. And some intense screen lag between these drivers as well. You can feel it. You can feel it in the theater. You can feel it in the theater. It's honestly incredible. Yeah, Blake singling out Luke, singling out Soul and Turkey battling, and that's probably going to help them singling out for that battle, unless they draft. So let's take a look at the mid-pack, and you can see Details making moves. Got by Roman and Opix. Oh, we have a caution. As we're in the last quarter of the race, perfect timing. 25 to go. It's a heat race, essentially, to the finish. Vulcan has worked his way up here. I don't know how, but here he is. Green flag. Let's see if he can stay up here. It's Blake and Luke in 1-2. Soul back in the podium position conversation. Nuked trying to get in it. And again, he had a great finish in that Daytona race, but no, or not as much rather, draft cheese on this track. So we'll see if he can replicate that on Big Bear. Funnily enough, is next to Turkey, though, at this moment in the race. Probably be a little different between them if it was on Daytona, how they'd be racing each other. Yeah, Vulcan just getting forced to the back here. Detail just sneaking into the inside of Nuked and Turkey. Not messing around. Trying to get back up there. Hunter whips around, dismounts, and that should be another caution. To the line. Blake, Luke, Soul, Slaunch, Detail and Turkey were really close. It looked like Detail in the theater, but we'll see how they end up actually lining up during the race. About 20 to go. Let's go on board with Turkey for this one. Green flag could be the last caution restart of the night. You never know. 3 wide immediately, although Luke does get a nice run off the exit of the turn. Detail's going to make it interesting. He sees his race back here. Back up to the front after that unfortunate cheese not too many laps ago. Luke makes a crossover move happen, going for the lead, taking the lead on this lap. Blake going to the outside. Soul trying to work to the inside, and Detail trying to tuck along in there as well. And can maybe have a chance at the lead and the win, because again, a lot of those early laps don't really matter too much. Now we're at the point in the race where you want to be in it, and Blake's so aggressive on that crossover, forcing a 3 wide. Soul and Blake to the inside. Luke's got to go to the outside. Does he go for a crossover of his own? Not yet, but probably thinking about it. He's got Detail there as well. He's got to worry about that, but there he's going to go for it. Goes for it. Does get to the inside. Gets there inside. Soul and Blake 3 wide for the lead. Again, Turkey and Detail. Oh, Turkey with the block pass on Detail. And they probably have to work together. If they want to battle for the win, Turkey and Detail should try to work together here. We'll see what they do. Luke taking the lead back. Blake and Soul duking it out for second and third and trying to make those outside runs happen. Luke trying so hard to protect that inside line, maybe running some slow lines here to try to protect that inside, because late in the race here, I think that's what's going to matter. You got to watch out for those drivers coming to your inside, because the outside will get runs, but it's going to be hard for them to pass. Oh, and to be fair, I think we had a caution called. I think we had a caution called on that flip with Blake there elsewhere in the track. So I think he does actually get this track position. And he does, yeah. I think there was a caution out. I think that was a to the line situation. Here we go. This could be the last restart at the line. Closing laps of this race. Green flag. Luke and Blake on the front row. And I believe it's like 9 laps to go at the line, so not much time remaining. Good restart for Luke, leading him down. Blake going to try to make a run to the inside. Turkey is back in the podium battle. How is Turkey in conversation for another oval win? Soul in fourth, and Detail and Nuke trying to work their way up here. Recovery race for Detail at this point after that inside cheese running well early on, but now just trying to get back up there, get a good finish. Luke trying to protect that and gets a nice run on the exit of the corner. Starting to change up the line choice, going for that exit speed. And he's getting some good runs in the closing laps. Blake now has to worry about Turkey to his inside with about 5 to go, and this is huge for Luke in the lead. He absolutely wants to see those 2 drivers battling behind him. And you can see a gap starts to open up. Turkey doesn't care. He just wants as good of a finish as he possibly can get, so he's going for that second place. And yeah, the gap is really opening up. This is absolutely benefiting Luke right now. If there's no caution. And Detail taking it from Soul and trying to hold on to that fourth. Turkey trying to take that second place from Blake. 2 to go this time by. And unless there's a caution before we hit the white flag, I think things should be looking good for Luke in the lead. But these other battles on track, you never know. White flag last time around, one more time for Luke in the lead. If he can hold it on for 2 race wins on the night, and he will. Blake second, Turkey third. Close finish, but I believe Detail got 4th and Soul 5th, and everybody else coming across the line there. Another exciting Big Bear race to the end. Blake led most of it, but good restart late in the race for Luke, and Turkey battling definitely helped there as well. So going to have to settle for second. Final result's going to be Luke first, Blake second, Turkey third, Detail 4th, Soul 5th, Hunter 6th, and Slaunch 7th, Nuked 8th, and Vulcan 9th, Opix 10th, 11th will be Roman, and Q rounding out the field in 12th. Wow, what a race. What a race. Crazy finish there on Big Bear. Of course, late race caution, but not a green-white checkered, so we'll take that. Not two green-white checkers in a row. I'm kind of surprised. I thought this track would have had one. More so than Daytona, but this is how it goes sometimes. Um, but yeah, that week is out of the way, so I'm sure the drivers will enjoy that. That was probably the most brutal week on the schedule, but it's out of the way. That being said, I'm not saying all the tracks are easy from here on out. There's definitely some difficult tracks in the schedule as well from this point on, but I would say potentially the two hardest out of the way here in week 2. But like I said, definitely some more difficult tracks coming up as well. I just think these two possibly top the charts for me. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that race. More competitive racing action in week 2 for Reach. I'm not doing a recap every week, so I'll just go through the results here at the end of this race, the overall results. So at the end of the night, it's going to be Luke first overall, Detail second, Blake third, Turkey fourth, Nuked fifth, Slunch sixth, Soul seventh, Roman 8th, 9th, Opix, Hunter 10th, Vulcan 11th, Q 12th. The competitive reach action continues. And then taking a look at the points, Luke's going to be the big gainer in the points, of course, gaining 4 positions, going to the points lead. Going to be in the points lead with 59, Detail second with 56, Nuked and Turkey tied for third with 51 apiece. Roman 5th with 46. Uncle Blake very close behind with 45. Slaunch very close behind with 43. Soul not too far off as well with 40. Hunter 9th with 37. Opix 10th, 33. Vulcan 11th, 27. And Q 12th, 20. And next week, we're going to be going to Road America and Snake Run. So we got a GP and a Supercross. Snake Run, it is a weird track to classify because I would say it's one of the easier Supercrosses, but it's like low-key kind of easy to make mistakes on. So maybe intermediate. And then I would say Road America is like kind of in the intermediate spot for GPs as well. So yeah, cool off a little bit after this week. Go to some more intermediate tracks. Not the easiest, but not necessarily the hardest next week. And yeah, let the drivers cool off a little bit after a pretty driver-intensive week here in week number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll see you for Firestone Firehawk in a couple days. And for more Reach Throwback in a week. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the races.